Yo guys, and welcome to a new video. Today I will be talking about magazine dreams. Alright, so Magazine Dreams is a movie that has been on my radar for quite a while, ever since it got indefinitely delayed because of the controversy around Jonathan Mayers. I will safely say that this video is not going to be about that matter. This video is going to be about my opinions of the movie. So if you are here for my opinion on the Jonathan Mayers controversy, you're not gonna find it in this video. Alright, with that being said, with that delay did come a chance that I thought we are never going to see this movie again, even though the trailers looked great, and I kind of got I found my peace with it, that I was never going to see this movie. And even if it got back on the schedule, I never thought Belgium was going to take this movie again, or any other country in Europe or something like that. And that's not exactly what happened and the reason that I got to see it. But when I was flying towards America, somehow I knew that this movie was released in America in cinemas. So I knew it had come out and I knew that people were raving about it. So I was like, okay, that's interesting. I am definitely excited to once see this movie. But I never expected it to be possible. But then I was flying towards America and the movie was just on my little screen that I had on my seat towards America. So I could watch it on the plane towards my dream country to go to. So that was absolutely beautiful. So the magazine dreams became dreams of my own, and I watched the movie and I was not necessarily disappointed. I thought the movie was still very good, but there are a few problems I have with it. Mainly that the movie is too long, and that the story doesn't know what it wants to do. The story is incredibly great in the first half and knows exactly what it is in the first half, and it is to the point. It knows what it does best, and it does these things in the best way possible. But then in the second half, they kind of lost track of what worked for the first half, and they were at a loss, I guess, because somehow the story went all the places. They decided to add a bunch of racism to it, which is okay. If it necessarily fits the movie, you can definitely do that. In this particular case, I think you would have done enough with just Jonathan Mayers, who wants to become this magazine dream model, but it doesn't really work out, and you could have done a perfect movie without any racism added to that. So that was quite unnecessary for a movie like this. It's important to talk about these things, but make them make sense in a movie. And then at the end of this movie turned out to be a full-on Joker ripoff, like an actual ripoff of the Joker. It's insane how similar these two movies have become at some point. And that is really sad, because what started out incredibly strong ended up being very generic and we have seen this countless times before. And I was incredibly sad with that. The characters in this movie are great. I love them, and especially the character portrayed by Jonathan Mayers. He was phenomenal. He was an incredible lead, and following him and his journey was really interesting, and seeing what he does was really interesting. It was quite nice to see, because it was new. You haven't seen that a lot in movies. So that was really nice and really awesome to see that side of humanity and that side of a thing humans do with the bodybuilding and their weight and bulking up. So that was cool. Jonathan Mayers played this role to perfection. He was absolutely incredible, and I do think if this movie had come out in 2023 when it was originally tried to release without any controversy, I do genuinely think that Jonathan Mayers would have been up and running for an Oscar nomination and even an Oscar win. He was absolutely incredible in this movie. Side characters don't do this movie a lot of justice. There are quite a few forgettable ones, and only really Jonathan Mayers actually stands out, but he stands out in such an incredible way that it's insane to watch this man have all this screen presence and do it in such an incredibly great way. So that is what makes this movie interesting enough to see and makes this movie okay and quite good. but the story just didn't do it justice. The characters, apart from Jonathan Majors, didn't do it justice, but the movie is worth watching if it is only for that performance made by Jonathan Majors. In the end, I'm going to give this movie a 7 out of 10, 3.5 stars. What did you think of it? Please let me know in the comments down below, because I'm really excited to hear your opinion on it. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.